52% of Americans are surviving the middle class, making between $56,000 to $170,000 annually.
I cannot get above water.
The middle class used to be 61% in 1971, so it is shrinking. Income inequality is on the rise.
$5,000 mortgage?
And more Americans are using credit cards to cover their monthly expenses, which in some cities exceeds $10,000.
What is everyone doing?
So in this video, you will see college graduates and young adults working 60 plus hours per week struggle to get approved for a home or pay rent because apparently a Subway sandwich costs $19 and a good breakfast costs $90. That is the reason why some people are surviving just off of granola bars.
You guys had it so easy and then you destroyed everything behind you.
It is clear that 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. So how much longer can America's middle class survive? Make sure you are subscribed. Let's find out. Starting with the prices of homes.
I'm lost for words. Look at this house. Like, the real estate market is so ass right now. This is a 1,000 square foot house, 320 grand, okay? I'm 25 now. It's 2025. This house was listed for 84 grand in 2015. Dude, I needed to buy a house when I was 15 years old if I wanted to afford one. This is ridiculous, man. Like, it's not even anything special.
Home prices are up 90% in the last 10 years, which is more than double the increase in wages. So a lot of Gen Zers are sad about their purchasing power and they opt out for renting, which in a lot of cases is also difficult to afford.
I have spent my whole fucking day off trying to find a, more affordable place to live because I can't afford fucking $1,300 a month in rent and then a $650 car note and then $300 insurance and then you got utilities.
Would it be better than to spend your day starting a side hustle or looking for roommates or a husband or convincing your parents that it'll be great to have you back home?
Like all these fucking apartment complexes, realtors, and even private renters, fuck you. Fuck you so fucking hard. And I mean that with everything in me. Fuck you.
It makes sense from their perspective because if they charge $15 more per parking or $100 more per pet and you times that by 100 units, they're making a lot of money. And so, of course, everybody would like to be on the side of owning these multifamily properties. And a great place to start is probably by saving money and just being judgmental. Each tattoo costs $500 and they're going to want a tip. And so what are some ways that we can save money and what are the triggers that cause us to overspend on a new vacation or on a new car? Is it because we care too much about what people think of us? What can we do to have less ego and more wealth?
I nor anybody else should be working 60 plus hours a fucking week and not be able to fucking live. I'm about to crash the fuck out.
This is why financial IQ is so important and understanding that it's not just about working more hours.
My parents bought a 4-bedroom house in 1970 for $30,000. I recently looked at that house. It was worth $300 and something thousand, but I digress.
I guess that the things that worked for them simply are not going to work for us. That's just the way it is.
I swear to God, I've been looking. Places have gotten so expensive. I'm looking for a 3-bedroom. I want to stay in my kid's neighborhood. It's just me. I'm paying for it all. And I can't find a place under like $2,300. That doesn't even include all the utilities. What the fuck? How do people do that?
They get back with their husbands.
Rent caps now.
Her grand solution is to use rent caps to de-incentivize investment and development in our country. Poor people spend all of their money and invest what is left, but rich people invest all of their money and spend what is left. However, it is understandable because we are living in what some people are calling the most unaffordable housing market in history. We have some New Yorkers paying $4,500 a month just for their neighborhood to look like this.
Making our grand total $9,997.01 a month to live in Southern California. So I just became a stay-at-home mom. We are a one-income household. I'm 24 for reference, and he is 28 for reference. So
all of the comments on this video are talking about how she's spending way too much money on rent and luxuries. The great thing about the United States is that we have access to all 50 of them.
Make me understand this. How the can a doctor prescribe medication that is necessary for a patient, and then the medication is almost $1,700 after insurance? I have a corporate job and pay insurance every month. So then I go on the website and I get the savings card. Oh, pay as little as $30 for a 90-day supply. Wrong. $1,300. Doctor said I need the medication. I don't think I do, because I'd like to pay my mortgage this month.
Maybe try getting your medicine in Mexico. You know, sometimes actually a flight there in a hotel is cheaper. This is not financial advice. I just made a video of some of my takeaways on the book, The Psychology of Money. That is only available on the Patreon. I hope to see you over there. All right, now let's switch gears and talk about food.
I just spent $19.46 on a foot-long Subway sandwich. What the hell, dude?
$19.
$19.46 for one sandwich. It would
One
have been 23,
sandwich?
I think the dude said, if I would have got...
What?
I just spent $19.
Are they upcharging for the lettuce now? I don't believe you, sir. Joe, you're probably doing one of those Ryan Trahan go to a fast food place and ask for their most expensive item kind of thing. That's crazy.
Hey TikTok, I'm just on here wondering if anybody's feeling the same way I'm feeling. I'm from Illinois, and I feel like the gas prices and the electric bills and the prices of food is just so overwhelming anymore. Like, I'm wondering if anybody else is feeling like they're drowning and they can't get out. I work overtime and I cannot get above water. I mean, I literally have no gas for next week. It was either that or get a few groceries
Llévame tu bicicleta.
to get by. I hit my local food pantries. I'm just wondering if anybody else feels like they're drowning.
Then learn how to swim. I'm just kidding. Obviously, life is scary. Life is hard. What is the absolute worst thing that would happen? You would have to ask for government housing or sleep in a tent and search through a trash can to find food. I mean, yeah, that's terrible, but when you think about the worst case scenario, it gets rid of that fear. And have you ever heard of faking it till you make it kind of thing? This is not it. You should carry yourself with an attitude like you're already winning, you're already successful, and maybe someday it'll happen. Like this lady, she's so happy to be spending insane amounts on bacon.
Are you ready to see what, $90 breakfast looks like at a 5-star resort? Oh, I just realized I
It's just an egg with a shell in it.
shouldn't have given them an extra tip because there's already 25% added in, but it is what it is. Here's what my breakfast looks like this morning. So I did order an entire carafe of milk because I like to have some while I'm here, so I'll be doing that. I think that was like 16. We got butter. I already started before I decided to do a video, but we got toast with some butter, jams, some hot sauce.
Why did this lady's life turn out like this and the other lady's life like that?
I did order extra meat, which I've already eaten one bacon. Their bacon here at Stein Erikson Lodge in Park City is delicious. And then we have some potatoes. These are potatoes, bacon, over medium eggs, and just this little bit of stuff.
Eggs, bacon, grits, and sausage that you could have made at home for $5. This guy claims that one day only billionaires will be able to eat.
And they're getting away with doing something now. They're going into agriculture and threatening to cut off the supply of food because food is causing global warming. And, oh, isn't that nice? Only the billionaires will be able to afford to buy food, and all the other people will die. And
we'll have to eat each other. Only the fit will survive.
because there's not enough food. That's what we're heading for if we continue to listen to these people. They are about to perpetrate one of the most evil acts in the history of human civilization, which is to cause poverty and starvation to hundreds of people if they go with this net zero. In order to get net zero, first off, we'd have to kill all the animals, including ourselves, because we are an emission of CO2. We are talking about the most important things for the survival of ourselves every day.
I realize that it is time for me to start strengthening my relationships with the Amish community, because this is what Chipotle will give you if you ask for their catering services.
So this is an order for 10 people. It's supposed to feed the 10 people at Chipotle. It is $17.40 a person. Catering order.
What?
Mind you.
You guys should have just all gone in and got your own thing.
Maybe 10 toddlers. I only got 5 hard taco shells. I got 10 soft little tortillas. This is the rice for 10 people. In comparison, these are the bowls they gave us to serve. Standard Chipotle bowl you get. This is the steak. I had 2 boys just eat right now. They only took about 5 pieces each because there is nothing.
Aww.
This is
That's
the chicken.
so sad.
Mind you, here's my hand, okay? These are tiny, and they're not even full. You get 1 thing of beans, okay, 10 people, 10 toddlers, whatever.
The beans are the only Tupperware that's full. What you gotta do is just get one of those big, great value hamburgers and just make everybody gets hamburgers. You can have 2, you can have 3, you can have 10. Moving on from food now, let's talk about America's work life.
Okay, so how is everyone buying a house right now? Because I just got off maybe one of the most humbling phone calls of my life, and I got quoted a 6.5% mortgage rate. Mind you, I do have an 808 credit score. I have 0 debt. I'm also a registered nurse, so, I mean, in the state of Florida, which I work in, it's not great income, let's be real. But yeah, I'm also single, so 1 income. How am I supposed to buy a house with a mortgage rate that high? 1 mortgage payment would be more than one of my paychecks. So yeah, that's very depressing. What is everyone doing?
I wonder if she would have to start waitressing after her nursing job to be able to afford a mortgage. And I wonder what kind of house or how much the house she was looking at costs, because I think a lot of people want to start out by buying their dream house, but in reality, we have to start with something below our budget and then live in that house, make it better, sell it, and then that's how people work their way up, I think. But if she's saying she can't afford any house, and she's a nurse with 0 debt, that's pretty bonkers. I believe in her. She will be able to do it. She'll be able to make more money. She'll start a side hustle. This girl, I don't know. I'm not so sure if she will.
Boomers want to know what it's like being young in 2025. Here it is. I just got off an 8-hour shift at work where I make double minimum wage in my state. I hop in my car, check my banking app. Cool, I've got $50 to last me till next week. Then I remember, oh shit, I have to run to Walmart because the wire in my bra snapped. I don't have underwear because it keeps going missing. My eyelash curler broke, and I have no food. I bought 4 things. 4 fucking things, and it came out to $40! I'm living off granola bars. But I hop my depressed ass back in my car, and I look at my banking app again. Oh cool, I've got $10 now to last me till next week. I try to drive, but my car keeps misfiring. I can't afford to fix that. So I keep on parking, turning off my car, turning it back on until it decides to act right. 30 minutes later, I'm finally heading home to my 4 roommates. I pay $8.50 a month. Now give him, that's everything included. But $8.50 a month with 4 roommates! Remember back in the good old days when a man could afford to feed, raise, house his family on minimum wage? And he had a second family on the side who he also housed, fed, and behind you. Fuck
Okay.
yeah.
There's so many ways that we could take this conversation, talking about boomers and how Gen Z thinks that they ruined everything, and boomers are actually like, hey, you need to take responsibility, grow up, and get your life together, right? However, I want to take this in a completely different direction and talk about culture in the United States. And I don't know how young this girl is, but she looks like a teenager. She looks like she's in her early 20s. And just how crazy it is that we're expected to be adults by the age of 15 in a lot of cases. A lot of us began working when we were in our teens, pre-teens, because we wanted to have a car. We wanted to have freedom. And it's just crazy how young we become adults. I personally think that that causes a lot of issues, because then you have young people moving in with boyfriends or girlfriends and trying to buy a house, or with roommates that they don't really know, they don't really get along, and then there's drama, there's fights, there's problems. And so what do you guys think about cultures like in Latin America where the kids live with their parents for a long time? Is it too much? Can it go too far? Should people be trying to move out of the house in their early 20s? What do you guys think?
Me and my wife went and did the pre-approval process for a mortgage loan yesterday, and what the fuck are you talking about? It doesn't upset me for us because we aren't the average American family. I work a very niche job in the oil field. I make a very good income. My wife is a nurse. She does very good for herself, and combined, we have a very comfortable living in our home. But for the average American, this is way fucking far out of reach. In our area, we live in East Texas, okay? A good home is going to be at least $400,000, if not $450,000 to $500,000. Okay, I try to explain this to my mom. She's telling me, "Oh, y'all just go get you a little $200,000 house." Mama, these $200,000 houses are fucking rundown shack. We're looking at the numbers, looking at our income, looking at our credit, and they have us at $450,000, 5% down, which is $22,000. Thank God we got a little bit of money saved. They have our mortgage after PMI, after insurance, after taxes at $4,636 a month.
Wow.
What the f are you talking about, okay? And the thing is, we could afford it. We actually could afford to spend that money on a mortgage every month. But a $5,000 mortgage? Who are y'all selling these houses to? Because we are outliers, okay? Not everybody is fortunate to have the jobs that we have. What about the regular families?
It's so funny that he is so angry on the rest of America's behalf instead of just being like, oh, well, I can't afford it. I'm awesome. In my opinion, this shows that it doesn't make sense for everybody to own a home. People like Robert Kiyosaki sometimes even encourage people not to, because he says it's not an investment, which a lot of people do see it as an investment, which it could be, because potentially over time the price can go up. But there have also been times where the housing market has crashed and so many people foreclosed on their homes. So it really just depends on what your personal financial goals are. And so, yeah, maybe for the rest of America, that wouldn't make sense, but good for him. I'm happy that it's working out for him and his wife.
So I know everybody is feeling this, but how are we doing this? I am in my 30s. I have my master's in... So I know everybody is feeling this, but how are we doing this? I am in my 30s. I have my master's in business administration. My husband is an engineer. We should be making great money and be golden when it comes to money, right? That's what I was raised thinking. And instead, just like everybody else, we are living paycheck to paycheck. Like, it is so hard. We have a house. We were lucky enough to get a house. I know a lot of people can't do that and haven't had that opportunity. But our house mortgage has gone up $400 or $500 since when we first bought it. Property taxes, they just keep going up and up. So with that, our mortgage just keeps climbing too. We have 2 kids. With kids comes diaper prices, comes formula, comes everything else that comes with it, including daycare. Daycare. We were able to find a daycare that's actually pretty inexpensive compared to a lot of other daycares.
Sometimes I think having 2 incomes sometimes is more expensive because then you have the daycares, you have the extra car travel and the psychological stress of working all the time and having kids than it would be if one of the parents was to stay home. And there's so many work from home jobs now, like YouTube.
And even with that, it is still costing more than our mortgage does every month. I'm just so tired. And I know everybody is in the same boat too. Prices are going up.
We're all in the same boat.
Literally everything. Everything. But when it comes to pay, our paychecks will go up, what, a couple %, but nothing compared to inflation on everything.
That's why you need to be investing even just to keep up with the deflation of the dollar. Think about how often we spend money at Walmart, Starbucks, or Amazon, or Apple, and yet we don't own any of those stocks. We have the opportunity to own a piece of that business, to own a piece of the top 500 businesses in the country. There is just too much opportunity in this country to feel like there is no hope. Because when there's hope in the present, there's power in the future. Please make sure that you are subscribed. I'll see you next time. Bye.